Hey, can we get a round of applause for anybody who has Ray in their roster right now? What's it feel to be back on top again? You know, it's been a while. Galactic Legends have been released for quite a long time now, and you know, it's gonna be nice being back on top, huh? Yeah, you ready? Yeah, you know, let's get into it. Let's go talk about this kit, because I think this kit's crazy. So Ben Solo, look at that. Look at the good old memes. Ben Solo is a light side attacker unaligned force user. And his kit looks crazy. I'm going to be real with you. So, first off we have his basic, a Shadow Within. The final text reads, deal special damage to target enemy, inflict defense down for 1 turn. If the target enemy is a tank, this attack deals 100% more damage. If the enemy is an attacker or support, you inflict offense down and potency down. And if the target is a healer, you inflict speed down for 1 turn. So, whoops, I hit spacebar. So it's a lot of nice additions to your basic attack. Nothing really too big. It's not that big of a problem. I don't see him attacking a lot with this ability, since we're not going to be called to assist because we're not a Galactic Republic unit. And we're not exactly going to be counter-attacking, as it's not really baked into his kit, as we'll find out. So, further down, into our special one, our first of 3 Omicrons. We have a cooldown of 4 for the ability Obscured. So, we deal special damage, remove 100% turn meter, and if there's any version of Ray in the allied leader slot, we blind the target enemy for 2 turns. Gain offensive for 2 turns. That's it. If we add the Omicron, it says while in Grand Arenas, if all allies were lights out at the start of the battle, when this ability is used, Ben Solo's cooldowns are reduced by 1. If Galactic Legend Ray is in the allied leader slot, this attack instead deals true damage and inflicts healing immunity for 4 turns, which can't be copied, dispelled, evaded, or resisted. So, as I understand it, we're going to be getting both halves of this. I think we're going to get the cooldown reduce and the true damage if Galactic Legend Ray is in the leader slot and we have all light side allies, but I'm not 100 on that. Don't quote me on it. But I'm going to say that this ability is good without the Omicron. The Omicron is just another fantastic addition. Let's move a little bit further down. We're going to talk more about that later. Our second special, Family Legacy, is a cooldown of 4, and that reads, deal special damage to target enemy and inflict armor shred until the end of the encounter. If all allies, I assume is what it means to say here. If all allies were lights out at the start of the battle, dispel all buffs from enemies, and deal true damage again to all enemies. All allies gain 5% turn meter, max 25%, for each enemy damaged this way. If this ability defeats an enemy, Ben Solo gains 10% offense, stacking to a max of 50, and all other lights out allies gain 5% offense, stacking to a max of 25 until the end of battle. This attack cannot be evaded. So, an initial hit, armor shred, and then a secondary hit. We push turn meter to the boys, and if we kill, we gain offense. It's really weird that they have it stacking max at 50% when there's only 5 enemies, so we're never actually going to be at that full 50. But I guess, you know, we could be if people are running some revive shenanigans like Visas Mar or Night Sister Zombie. So that's something to think about. But I'm really a lot more interested in it deals true damage again to all enemies. So we get the initial special damage, and then we get true damage. So 2 big hits, I'd assume that it's a big AoE. We're looking to stack offense. We already have true damage further up in the kit. I don't know. It's looking a little suspect. Let's move over to our first unique, which is our redeemed unique. It does have an Omicron, as does our second unique Force Dyad. Now, first off, final text for redeemed is, at the start of battle, if Ben Solo's allies were all light side and there is any version of Ray in the allied leader slot, Ben Solo gains 15% max health and 10 speed for each ally, excluding summons. Ben Solo ignores taunt effects during his turn. While in Grand Arena, Ben Solo's attacks ignore protection. which includes his double hit AoE that deals true damage on the second hit. So that's a little scary, a little spooky, but that's not the scariest thing. We're going to move over straight to the second unique, and then we're going to talk about the kit as a whole. So his second unique, being Force Dyad, reads, if all allies were light side at the start of the battle and there is any version of Rey in the allied leader slot, all allies gain instant defeat immunity for 1 turn at the start of the encounter, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. While Ben Solo is active, Rey can't be defeated. Ben Solo can't be defeated while Rey is above 50%. While in Grand Arenas, if Galactic Legend Rey is in the allied leader slot, if the enemy in the leader slot begins their turn while Ben Solo is defeated and there is still an ally on your side of the board, he revives with 51% health, and all allies gain instant defeat immunity for the rest of the encounter, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. Wow. If this didn't say, I'm beating Kenobi and Sith Eternal Emperor, I don't know what else does. Right? This is the penultimate, don't solo me, don't insta-kill me Cat, don't insta-kill me Sith Eternal Emperor. Right? There's a little bit of wiggle room here in the way that things are done, but with Ben Solo not being able to be defeated while Rey is above 50% health, and with Rey not being able to be defeated while he exists at all, these are two very annoying things. You're gonna have to be working either with the Datacron that makes it so you can attack past protection, or you're gonna have to make it so that Rey continues to lifeblood all the way down to half health, and then kill them at that one point, because the next turn she takes, you already know she's got enough lifesteal to go back into the green, which is a problem. So this is going to be a ridiculous balancing act, this whole Force Dyad text, whether you have the Omicron or not. So let's talk about the kit as a whole. I think, barring his base stats, he's going to be crazy. I think he's going to be nuts. All of his damage is special damage, which I think means you still can build offense and have a ton of damage come out. We have a lot of true damage in here as well, along with, what is it, another 100% damage on his basic if he's hitting a tank. So we have a lot of these damage multipliers, or these ways to kind of subvert defense in a way that's really going to make him, I feel like he's going to hit like a house. We don't know what his stats are going to look like yet, but I can assume with a kit like this that he's going to be some sort of attacker. You know, he's going to do some damage. So that's something to really think about. When it comes to the Omicrons that you can apply, I think really, since these are all Grand Arena Omicrons, I think they are going to make... How do I word this? It feels like Rey is going to be in such a dominant position that it may take some very, very, very strong teams in order to beat this lineup, right? If you do it incorrectly, you may be able to beat Ben Solo, but if you let him revive and then go into the next battle because you still haven't cleaned the rest of the team up yet, you're still going to be in some dire straits, right? Rey already can solo a ton of things with lifesteal Omicrons and things like that. But now if she has, you know, every time your leader takes a turn, Ben Solo comes back to be a thorn in your side, you know, that's something that you have to be thinking about. On top of that, this is going to work fantastically inside of Territory Wars, since you are still going to get the annoyance of not being able to be instantly defeated when using Commander Ahsoka Tano. You're going to have the other annoyance of Rey and Ben Solo can't be defeated until you do the cute little balancing act. So, whether you're going to have the Omicrons or not, this character is going to be an amazing staple. This character does not leave Rey's side. I don't know if it's going to be of use to other Rey teams, since he is an unaligned Force user. I don't think Jedi Training Rey has any stipulations on whether or not she has to be with Galactic Republic characters, so it's probably still going to be usable in those lineups if you do not have Galactic Legend Rey unlocked yet. So it's not going to be like a dead on arrival conquest character, but realistically, all in all, this is going to be really big. The message that this sends, one of the biggest things that I'm very happy about actually, is that we are not forgetting about our old galactic legends. We still care that people are investing in them, and we still want people to feel good about moving into these GLs. And we're showing that by putting our best foot forward and giving them a +1 character, just like Vader has Maul and Kenobi has Cat. Now, is this maybe a little bit of a power scaling comparatively? Yeah, it might be. I don't know if Lord Vader with Maul beats this. I don't know if General Kenobi with Cat beats this, right? I mean, on defense, I should say, I guess. On offense, most anything can beat most anything in human player hands, as long as they're of equivalent power. But even then, I don't know. Vader already has a little bit of a struggle versus Rey, so this might make that struggle a little bit harder. And I don't know. We have to wait and see. We have to wait and see whether this is really going to make it so JMK cannot beat Rey. But man, the future's looking bright for those of you who are invested in Rey. And congratulations. Really exciting turn of events for you guys. That's really it, though. I'll talk to y'all later.